Hello everyone, it's Rotio with Coho TV, and today we're going to be talking about the new Democratic candidate for Kentucky by the name of Amy McGrath, and she's the one challenging Mitch McConnell, who is the Republican Senate Majority Leader in this country, or in the United States. And we're going to talk about what she means for the Democratic Party, because we know they're in a bind, all of them, the whole bunch is in a bind about the new Democrats that are trying to be all diverse, hip and cool, while the old Democrats are just trying to keep their Prozac in line. Regardless, we're going to continue with this developing story, and we're going to see what this all means for the American politics field. Alright, catch y'all soon. Alright, so today we're talking about Amy McGrath, who's the now Democratic candidate, or runner-up for Senate, who's trying to take Mitch McConnell's seat. Mitch McConnell, as we know, is a Republican. He's actually the Senate Majority Leader of the Republican Party, and he's been there a long time from what Amy McGrath tells us, and because he's been there a long time, and hasn't been doing anything, he's like a giant turtle, and he should be removed as quickly as possible because my progress, my chillins, my student loans, and my democracy. Now, Amy McGrath here prides herself on being a Marine. No, I have no problem with Marines. I do like the military. I'm not part of the military because I'm a loser who talks on a podcast. But that's one thing she really prides himself of doing. Oh boy, well, I'm gonna get in trouble for that one. But that's one of the things she prides herself of doing. She does pride herself of being a soldier. We know that the soldier culture here in the United States is, some may say, a bit fanatic. America, yeah. So she prides herself on doing that, and that's to send a message of, mission complete, like it's a Call of Duty game. And of course, she does other things like she's a woman and she has kids. And I'm actually looking at her Twitter page right now. It does tell me she is running for Senate against Mitch McConnell to destroy the swamp he created. If you don't know what the swamp is, it used to be one of the early terms Trump supporters used to say about Hillary Clinton and Obama and the Democrat-run government, that it was a swamp and MAGAPEDs and stuff like that. So now they're using the language back at the other side. Okay, mother of three, retired Marine, wife, FA-18 pilot. Wait a minute. I didn't even know Marines were pilots. Oh, well, I did see, what's it called? Tropic Thunder. No, not Tropic Thunder. What's that show called? No, regardless, at first I thought they were a Marine. There wasn't such a thing as Marine Air Force, but I guess I'm stupid, but that's okay. So, Kentuckian running for Senate. I just said that. So she is from Kentucky. Is, I would assume that you would have to be from the home country unless you're Ron Paul. Let's go, Paul. So it actually has her website, but primarily her pinned tweet is her little campaign video, the little campaign advertisement. And I don't think I'm gonna show it because I don't want to get reported for copyright or whatever. But it is educational, so we might see it in a bit. Okay, so I'm currently going to her webpage. I'm assuming it's going to be that webpage that she uses for her campaign. Of course, I know that sounded stupid, but bear with me. It's loading. I do have crappy internet. Tell that to Comcast to give me better internet. Oh, look, here we go. And the first words I see here is defeat Mitch, defend democracy. Now, I would have supported her all the way if that literally said defeat bitch. That's something I would like to see. We need to take off the gloves now and then with these democracy, these running for office kind of thing. So defeat Mitch, defend democracy. Of course, we see here's another running theme with her. It's going to be a lot of Mitch slandering, Mitch slapping. And so yeah, she's running her whole campaign off that, and it has her little logo. I'll put that up on the screen right now. Kind of looks like Top Gun. Oh wait, title screen reference? Wow. It has her defeat Mitch, defend democracy. Let's go win Kentucky. It's a sign-up thing, so you can get her latest newsletter, her latest fan mail, fan messages, I don't know. And here's the image I used. Alright, let's read this. Amy McGrath for Senate. Amy McGrath, a retired U.S. Marine Corps lieutenant colonel raised in Kentucky, is running for the U.S. Senate to fix Washington and give Kentuckians back their voice. Amy was born the youngest of three children to Donald and Moran Grath. Her father's name like Donald Trump. How could she even run for the Democrats? What the heck? Wow. How could she even do this? Regardless, I'm going to skip a bit because it's kind of boring. I don't want to read her Tumblr bio. Okay. Oh, yeah, and here's another thing that's very important with her. I'll read. When Amy was 13 years old, she dreamed of becoming a fighter pilot, but women were not yet allowed to serve at combat roles in our military. Ooh. So she wrote to her elected officials to ask them to change the law. She never heard back from her senator, Mitch McConnell. That's one thing you see in our campaign things that she sent a tweet to McConnell. He never responded. Wait, not a tweet, a letter to McConnell. He never responded. Like if McConnell was Santa Claus from Miracle on 21st Street. I'm not gonna be too hard on her about that. You know, we're all kids now and then. We all wanted to send a letter to someone and wait for it to come back. You know, I sent a letter to Nintendo asking for the Raccoon Mario again. I did get a response for that. I felt really happy. I know what Amy McGrath must feel if she never got a response from her Hollywood idol. You know, I would have felt pretty bad if I wouldn't gotten a response from Nintendo. But regardless, it continues saying Amy lives in Georgetown, Kentucky, with her husband Eric, a retired Navy pilot and registered Republican. Press X to doubt, and her 3 children, Teddy, George, and Eleanor. Amy became a Marine combat pilot to fight and defend her country, and now she is taking the fight to Washington to solve the problems Kentuckians face in their everyday lives. Amy was a registered independent for 12 years. It's independence. I know I'm also a Europe-centered channel, but so for those Europeans weighing in on American politics, if you don't know this, independents are kind of a meme. They're the biggest meme over here in America. They're really not taken seriously, and if you're called an independent, you're kind of called a dumbass. Unfortunately, that's the way it is over here. No, I'm an independent, so I guess that's what happens. I'm not an independent. I'm more like a whatever. I don't even care. So yeah, it's a big meme over here where it's like independent. Like, well, I used to be an independent, then I went Democrat. You know, that doesn't really matter because you were just a Democrat without liking all the Democrat candidates, and vice versa with Republicans. So yeah, that's a meme. But continuing, so she always prioritizes practical solutions over partisan interest. Press X to doubt. She's not running for Senate to get rich and join the Washington swamp. Amy is ready to take on career politicians like Mitch McConnell and bring accountability and leadership back to Kentucky. Okay, now I'm not against that. You know, I don't want a corrupt government. That's what the Second Amendment was for. If there's a corrupt government, you kind of have to pa 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 pa. But let's see if she actually goes for the Second Amendment for that solution. But we're gonna see that in a bit. So the next thing we see here is the donate now. So she wants my shekels, but we're scrolling down. Okay, the page ends. That's kind of bad. Okay. Online store. Let's see what she's got. I can't really find her positions on anything, but that's okay. So we're gonna wait for my potato internet to continue cycling through all this information. Okay, we got the hat. You know, I already spent my $25 for Mama Marianne. I am a Marianne fan. I stand with Marianne. She's my favorite Democratic president candidate for this year. She's the love of my life. But regardless, let's take a look here. Yeah. So it says anti-corruption, anti-obstruction, anti-BS, and there's really nothing on her positions on anything here. But that's okay because I'll give her a chance. You know, she just announced, and I know it takes a long time for those outsourced Indians you hired to fix a website in English. I'm assuming she's gonna be like every other Democrat. And it's really all the same toot and horn at this point, you know. They're all like, hey, look, we're against the establishment. Is the establishment? We're against those things that are against democracy. And there's nothing against democracy except some things. I can't really say that right now because I value my life. But regardless, let's continue on. Again, she doesn't really state her positions on anything on her website, so let's take a look at her Twitter. Going up against one of the dirtiest, deep-pocketed politicians in DC isn't going to be easy. But you showed us I'm not alone in this fight. We're coming for him. Chip in now to help us defeat. So yeah, it's all about Mitch, you know. She's obsessed with Mitch. Mitch McConnell is living in Amy McGrath's head 24/7. He's living in there rent-free. Okay, let's see another one. I'm so humbled and honored by this, and it reminds us just how badly our government is failing those of us who can afford a lobbyist to fight for us in the Senate. You know, I'll agree with her on that. Lobbyism is terrible, and that's what happens when you get an oligarchy like the United States. It sucks. I know I'll agree with you on that. I'll extend the olive branch to you. I don't like oligarchs, but once we start calling out some certain lobbyist groups, we kind of get mad. Okay, next tweet. I'd rather defeat Mitch and drain the swamp. And there's a response to another tweet saying Amy McGrath now qualifies for July's Democratic presidential debate. So it shows that she doesn't want to be president, which is good because the love of my life, Marianne Williamson, is going to be president. The love of my life. I'm pulling her face up on my computer right now, which because I love her so much. I bought her hat. It's on the way. Hopefully she doesn't drop out. Marianne Williamson, here we go. Marianne.com. Unfortunately, oh, wait a minute. Oh, she's still the candidate. Okay, I got scared because I didn't see your campaign website. But regardless, let's get back to the topic at hand before I derail myself. Continuing. I know this is going to be a tough fight. Mitch literally invented modern negative campaigning, and he's got $7 million in the bank to spend on it. $7 million. That's a lot of money, I'm not going to lie. We're building a grassroots movement to defeat Mitch and defend democracy. Could you chip in? No, I don't give money to politics. They take enough of my money already with taxes. Okay, since McConnell first went to D.C. to join the swamp, I've graduated from the Naval Academy, joined USMC, the Marines for you non-Americans, flew fighter jets, served in Iraq and Afghanistan, served in the Pentagon, got married and had 3 kids. Is that really a selling point? I'm pretty sure Mitch is married. I'm pretty sure that boy's married. You can't really give that as a selling point. Look at him. I think he has kids, right? Unless he's a perpetual virgin, which sucks for him. Huh. Yeah, so, oh snap, he's been married twice. What a freaking chat. Oh, he has 3 children too. What the hell are you going on about, Amy? He's got 3 kids too. So that's not a selling point. I'm not gonna buy your campaign because you got married and popped out 3 kids. But I do like fighter jets. I watched Independence Day where that guy kamikazed himself on that giant flying saucer. Okay, next tweet. It's been 6 hours since I announced that I'm running for Senate, and Mitch McConnell is already lying about me and my record. This isn't new. This is how McConnell operates after 34 years running the swamp. Let's fight back. I don't know what she's citing here. She doesn't have any sources of him talking shit about her, but it just has her campaign funding website, which makes me get my noggin jogging, as if she's kind of making this stuff up. Regardless, I can go back and check it, but I really don't want to because I'm lazy. But I'll give her the benefit of a doubt and say he was talking shit about her. But why do you have to direct your link all the way to your shekel grabber? At least post the info link or a video that shows him shit talking you, or the article that presents that information. You don't have to immediately open up your wallet and go, give me. Okay, when I was 13 years old, I wrote to my it's this fan fiction again. Jeez Louise, it's like a blog post. I wanted to be a fighter pilot, but women weren't allowed to do that. Mitch McConnell never wrote back, and I know I'm not the only Kentuckian he's ignored in his years in Washington. Let's defeat him together. She acts like it's such a surprise that these politicians ignore you. Yeah, we've all known they ignore us. Everybody doesn't hope like the senator's just gonna appear out of a genie lamp and answer your questions. That's not what America is. The politicians have their place, but we have to sustain ourselves, and that's the problem with these type of campaigns. They're trying to make the government your everything. And if you know me and my political affiliations, I hate having this overbearing government. And then before you say libertarians, I'm not a libertarian. Those guys are cucks. Continuing. It was great to be on the show this morning, Morning Joe. Isn't that NSNBC's quote-unquote Republican commentator, conservative commentator.tm? Okay, oh, it's one of those meme accounts, the Thoughts of Dog, 2020 plan or below. How's he following? Who is he following? He has like 2.6 million followers. That's the population of Mexico City. He's only following 2 people. Let's see who those people are. We rate dogs. Matt, the dog father. Who's this Matt guy? Now I'm curious. I'm really curious, okay? It's just this guy with a giant fat dog as his profile picture. Who is this guy? Why does he have 100,000 followers? What the heck? The absolute state of Twitter. Why am I even on this website? Thoughts of dog. Okay, 2020 planner below. Oh, so it's like a LARPing thing that he's LARPing as his dog and what he's thinking. Wow, that's kind of cringy, I'm not gonna lie. But then again, I do read Legend of Zelda fan fiction on my downtime, so I can't judge. Okay, Amy McGrath. Oh, I love this. It's the U.S. Women's Cup victory. Now, I do have something to say about the U.S. Women's Cup victory and the whole controversy behind that. How that person of the other sexual orientation, that girl, that woman with the cut hair, which made me mild shock about her sexual orientation. How she was all Trump shaming and then getting angry at Trump because he didn't like homos, and then all those people shouting "fuck Trump" in the bar. That's a whole nother video in and of itself. But yeah, she just goes on to congratulate the U.S. women's, even though women's soccer is a meme. Everything's a meme to me. Now that was beautiful. Yeah, it's just that that's from before she ran for office, because of course she just said it's been 6 hours since I've done that. So that's Amy McGrath. My thoughts. Well, I can't make a formulated thought right now because she doesn't put any of her positions or political positions on her website. So I'm waiting for that, Amy. If you can get to that, I can roast you properly. And before you go ad hominems, this is also entertainment. But I do have these things to say from my experience, from experience with other politicians. This is just another one of those grandstanding, trying to get people to like you by giving them gibs and giving them attention. And then when you're there, what you're gonna do is what that person is going to do is just give the gibs to the people that like her, and then screw over, shit all over the other people, the ones who are against her. And if that isn't nepotism, well, that's not nepotism, but that is literally what she's accusing the other person of doing. And that's my problem with the Democrats, and that's my problem with the Republicans too. They pick their side. It's been shown through studies or through surveys that we're more politically divided than ever. And this doesn't really help, if you're just demonizing the other side or the people that represent the other side. It really doesn't help in this schism that's happening. And I know nothing's going to change because there's just grandstanding, virtue signaling, whatever you want to call it. It's just patting yourself on the back. I'm a woman, hear me roar. And it's just the same tired old song. Ocasio-Cortez did it. AOC. Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas is doing it. Tulsi Gabbard, she doesn't do it because she's mommy. What's that? Kamala Harris definitely does it. Kamala Harris, my black, my race, my bus rides. Why didn't you do something about my bus rides, my schools? So yeah, it's all the same song and dance, my friend. There's really nothing new under the sun. I don't know why everyone's getting so hyped up about it. It happened with Cortez. It's happening with Kamala Harris. It's happening with Chief Pocahontas. It's happening with all those people. It happened with, what's it called? Beto's a huge pain in the ass doing this. Mexicanos Unidos. And he's like, what, half Irish? He's fully Irish or something. Robert O'Rourke, get out of here. So, it's just the same old thing, and it's really getting on my nerves. It's what really ticks me off. And people think like, oh, this time it's gonna change. We're gonna see all these homos. They're gonna get all these rights, and all the Trump supporters are gonna be thrown off a cliff, and they're never gonna be able to speak on my Twitter again. It's all tiresome, as that Chinese guy said. It's all tiresome. So again, my final thoughts are that Amy McGrath is just the same as anybody else that has ran from the Democrat side and some from the Republican side. The Democrats are starting to use this tactic of appealing to the masses with free money, my Gibbs, and my race and stuff. And definitely my social issues, which is kind of stupid in my opinion. I don't think the government should be getting into my social issues as much as many people want them to do so. But that's my 3 cents on Amy McGrath and the Democrats' wrath. There's really no wrath showing up. It's all the same war drums, but at the end of the day, it's all you come up to see is like a car from the Mad Max Fury Road, but the little beetle with the spikes on it, not the giant guitar guy. So that's my thoughts. There's really no Democrats' wrath, even though I titled it this way. So sue me. Actually, don't sue me, please. I'm poor. Hey everyone, it's Rotio, and I thank you for listening to my first video on this channel. And there's gonna be many more coming out. And of course, I'm not always gonna be talking about politics. I don't like politics, but I do like making fun of politics and all the people in politics. But it's mostly gonna be more like social commentary as well. Of course, the more we dig in through these social issues, the more you're gonna know it's also tiresome to us, or to me at least. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for listening to my first video, and I hope y'all liked it. If you have any feedback, don't forget to comment. If you liked it very much, if you want to give me some money, no, I'm just kidding. If you would like it very much, you can subscribe. I'm gonna be pouring these out, or not pouring these out, but sending these out every other so week, probably on the same day, Wednesday, Thursday. And so, yeah, subscribe if you liked it. If you have anything to say, if you have to ask me anything, I'm on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. That's where I usually get most of my sources on these things, most of the topics. And catch y'all later.